Hi everyone, thanks for taking the time out to join me today for this webinar. My name is Kenny, Sales Engineer here at Soft Solutions ManageEngine team. And today I'm going to be talking about Enterprise Service Management, or ESM, how you can use ITSM best practices in your organization for cost optimization and to streamline service delivery for any or all departments. Since our session is a quick one today, I'll try squeeze in a demo at the end of the presentation, but if we don't have enough time, then feel free to reach out to me after the webinar for a personalized demo. Okay, so let's have a look at the current situation. So at the current situation, what's common in most organizations, you've got different departments, each running their own shared mailboxes. You've got data that's maintained on spreadsheets or Word documents on shared drives for each department. Everyone's working on individual data silos. Yeah, basically everyone's using their own different processes, and with a lack of established processes that's standardized across the whole organization, it can be a challenge to deliver services efficiently. Now, so what is ESM? So ESM is to basically, it's a concept to fix that. So by applying ITSM, IT Service Management concepts, in particular ITIL frameworks, to other departments of any organization, you can optimize and streamline service delivery using these ITSM best practices. So it allows all departments to also standardize on one platform. So departments in any organization have always, been able to offer services, but never using frameworks or principles to manage or streamline that service delivery. And when you take these service delivery practices, best practices, that were always focused towards the consumer, and you aim it towards the internal staff, then everyone gets to enjoy a more consistent and seamless service delivery across the entire organization. Now, to refresh everybody's memory and to ensure we're all on the same page, I'll take you through a few of the ITIL best practices within the context of IT. The name of these frameworks may change depending on where you're reading it from, but the concept is all the same. So let's start with, I guess, the most basic. You've got incident management. So this is basically the most common kind of request in any IT department. So basically, my internet's not working, my computer's not working, my mouse isn't working. Basically, anything that you normally flag with the IT department, this comes under incident management. Moving on, we've got service request management. So basically, similar to incident management, but things that are more of a request. Say, hey, can I have a new mouse? Can I have a new laptop? Can I have a new monitor? All these things that are requests, not necessarily fixing, something that's broken. So at the bottom here, I've also included service catalog, which comes under this as well, where you basically have a catalog, like a form, to have basically standardize and keep things simple. So for example, if you wanted to request a new laptop, you'd click on a form and you'd be able to you'd get options to specify, I would like a laptop, I would like a Surface, I would like an HP laptop. So you'd be given options, and without necessarily having to go, outside the scope to make it easy. So it's easier for the IT team when they receive the request to be able to process it. Moving on, you've got knowledge management. So basically, this is a knowledge base. So when you've got a solution to, when you've found a fix, the solution to a common problem, if you pop it onto the knowledge base, then anyone can be able to look it up and not needing to ask the same questions over and over for the same problem. You've got IT asset management, known as ITAM. So the process of making sure all your IT assets are accounted for, deployed, maintained, upgraded, and disposed of. Basically, the entire life cycle. So under this, you also have purchase management as well as contract management. So purchase management basically allowing you to go through the whole whole process of raising a PO to actually getting to purchasing the asset and then having it within your asset tracker. And then contract management, which lets you track basically when the warranty expires. If it's for software, then when the subscription runs out, when the maintenance needs to be renewed, etc. Now we got moving on to problem management. So problem management is where it's more than just an incident, where it's a bit basically it's more of a widespread problem. So I think a classic example of this would be, for example, if you rolled out some new laptops, for example, rolled out some new surfaces. One day you get a couple of requests saying, "Oh, I started getting blue screens for one or two of them." You might just flag it as an incident, but if you start discovering that it actually started happening to basically all of them or more of them, then it flags under problem management. Basically, it flags it under a problem, which means it's more a widespread problem, and you need to follow the appropriate framework to get that resolved rather than just a one-off incident. Cool. And then finally, we've got change management. So change management is ensuring standard procedures for when there's basically a change, a large-scale change to an IT infrastructure. So for example, if you are rolling out new Wi-Fi access points or you're upgrading the server, what you need to do with what you can do with change management is identify which are the relevant parties that will be affected. So you can let them know, for example, we've got a maintenance window on Friday from 5 p.m. for example. Then you can also check through which assets will be affected, whether it's the server, if there's going to be any software that will need to be that might be affected by the hardware upgrades, whatnot. So basically, this makes sure that all risk is minimized. Okay, so now that we've got a basic understanding, let's see how these ITSM best practices can be applied to other departments. So we'll pick a few of each of these practices, and then apply them to each different department. Cool. So we'll start off with building and facilities, or health and safety. In a lot of organizations, these are all sort of merged together, these different departments. So start off with incident management. Can be as simple as, hey, the door doesn't lock. We've got a trip hazard here. You would just raise the request with the building or facilities department, health and safety. Service request management. So, hey, I'd like a new chair. I need a new desk. You can, if you have the service catalog working, you can actually make it easy to specify to request what you're after. You've just as easy as opening up the form, ticking which boxes you want. I would like a chair, I would like a desk, and then that can be sent for approval. And then change management. So, for example, we've got there's going to be paint in the corridor, or there's going to be maintenance in the men's toilets. So with change management, you can basically let the relevant parties know that there's going to be some maintenance happening. You can send a company-wide announcement, and just to make sure everyone's aware. And then on the other side, you can check that making sure that you've got your contractors, your painters or your plumbers, they've all been organized. They exactly when they're coming in, how long they're going to be working for, just to basically minimize risk, make life easier for everyone. Now moving on to travel and fleet. Again, incident management. Hey, maybe I was driving my company car outside and I got a flat tire. Sure, I can replace it myself, but it's still something I need to flag with the fleet team. So I would just raise it as an incident. Perhaps I lost my my fuel card, my travel card, my credit card. With this, you definitely need to flag it with the right team. And so for example, if it is a credit card, once you've flagged it with the travel team, they can actually escalate it as well to the finance team. to cancel the card, to make sure it doesn't get into the wrong hands. And this can all be done basically within the same request, same ticket. So with moving on to problem management, perhaps instead of some new laptops you rolled out, perhaps you've rolled out some new cars. Cars needs to be replaced every few years in a corporate fleet, so you've just replaced a few ones, and then that's when you start realizing that you're having some engine issues with that particular model, and it's widespread. So this is when you'd use problem management to work through that and solve it. And then finally, with change management, again, perhaps you're rolling out new fuel cards to everyone. Perhaps you are replacing or the 2010 models in your corporate fleet to the newer 2020 models. You need to let the relevant parties know, send out an announcement, and then make sure, and then on the flip side, making sure all the vendors, they're all notified as well. You've got the process going on, getting those cars or cards swapped over. So, moving on to HR, incident management. I guess you can get quite creative with what kind of incident would come up, but just to stick to something generic, I wish to make a complaint. You flag it with the human resources team. You can set SLAs. You can escalate it. You can forward it. Escalate it to the appropriate managers for approval or whatnot. And this is all done within the same request. Again, request management. So I have a new staff member starting with the service catalog form. Again, you can it's as easy as using tick boxes to specify what you need. Hey, he'll need a company car. He'll need a desk. He'll need a laptop. And then once that's all filled out, once HR receives that request form, they can then pass it on to the relevant parties. For example, for the IT side of things, if they need a laptop, then you can request a brand new laptop. You can request, user to be created in Active Directory. For the car side, the request can be sent to the fleet, the travel and fleet team, for them to arrange that. Finally, knowledge management. So knowledge base. Basically, you can use it as something like an FAQ. You can put frequently asked questions. So, for example, what is a company's working from home policy? Instead of having internal staff asking HR about this policy all the time, asking for answers, you can actually put it up as basically a solution for them to look up themselves. Or it can actually work from the other side as well. So another example is, why is my holiday pay different to usual? I remember this kind of question in one of my previous roles. There was a specific reason why basically the holiday pay was different, and the answer was actually typed up in a previous email, which got deleted, and then that HR member didn't have an easy way to answer it. So what happens on the flip side, if you had a knowledge base, you could actually put the answers or solutions to these kind of questions in, so then when you do get a question like that, you can easily get the answer to it. Cool. And then finally, for the internal staff, the requesters, what ESM brings to the table for them is basically you only need to access one unified portal to be able to, for example, to log the ticket with IT about your email issue, to send a request to the travel team to book a flight for you and a hotel for your conference trip, and perhaps if you needed to go get some stationery yourself and you couldn't wait for the office manager to be able to procure those for you. Basically, you need to find out, am I going to Office Max or am I going to Warehouse Stationery? Perhaps there's some standard operating procedures that you can actually look up in a solutions like the knowledge base. As well as all of this, with the one portal, you get a consistent user experience. across basically any department that you're dealing with, and the ability to track your requests. So if you do log your ticket with IT, you can actually go back in and see, if anyone's been assigned to it, how they're working on it, and same with your request for the flight and your hotel room. So that's basically, in a nutshell, what ESM can look like in basically any organization with multiple departments. So if ESM does sound ideal for your organization, then I am pleased to say that ServiceDesk Plus does have a ESM module that can make all of this come true. So with ServiceDesk Plus ESM, you can spin up a unique instance for each department within 60 seconds. You can create the common portal for internal staff to access all IT, HR, facilities, marketing, basically whatever support channel you want to put on. You can standardize service delivery. You can use automation, smart routing, workflows for each department. You can set SLAs for each department as well, for each different ticket. So you can set up business rules that, hey, look for keywords. Hey, this is, maybe if it's an internet error, internet issue, then that gets flagged as a P1 compared to some other things. And then you can, and finally, you can utilize ITSM best practices to improve process and service deliveries for all non-IT departments. So along with all that, you also get to enjoy other features and benefits of ServiceDesk Plus, such as enterprise features at an affordable price. It's highly customizable. You can customize it right from the user interface. You don't need an experienced coder. It's very easy to learn for IT staff as well as any other staff from other departments. So there's less time to get them all up and running. You get to enjoy industry best practices out of the box. So again, it's an ITIL ready solution, which means you can employ any of those ITIL best practices that I spoke about before. You can employ as many or as little as you need. It's widely accessible on all platforms, and there's native apps as well for iOS and Android. So you get to enjoy these benefits even when you're out on the road. And it's scalable for organizations with different process maturities. So again, if you don't need problem management or change management, then you can just take out those features. So ServiceDesk Plus, it comes in 3 different editions. You've got standard, which would be your basic service desk solution. So you've got your incident management, you've got your self-service portal, you've got your knowledge base, as well as there's lots of out-of-box reports you can set up, as well as SLA management. Moving on to the professional edition, it's got all the features of standard, but it introduces IT asset management as well. So that includes purchase management as well as contract management. Then finally, you've got the enterprise edition, which has all the features that we spoke about previously. So all the ITSM best practices. You've got incident, problem, change, the service catalog, asset management, the whole lot. So the best thing about ServiceDesk Plus ESM is that for each instance, so each department instance that you spin up, you can actually, they can each be a different edition depending on your requirements. So for example, if you just have, so for example, if the IT department, right, you need incident management, problem management, change management, so of course that instance you would go with enterprise. But if it's for something like facilities, you only need basic ticketing, they only need a knowledge base and the self-service portal, then you can just set them up on standard. And same with HR, same with travel. So you can actually have each instance being on a different level depending on what's required. So with ServiceDesk Plus, it does come in 3 different versions as well. So there is an on-premise version, which is just a single downloadable file. So you can install it within your own environment, or if you have a private cloud, you can install it there as well. There is the on-demand, the cloud version, which is hosted by ManageEngine themselves. So basically, if you have remote workers, you don't need to set up a VPN for them to access any of this. It's all hosted in the cloud for you. And then there's also a MSP, a managed service provider edition. So if you're actually handling different customer accounts, you can set if SLAs, there's a lot of account management features in there as well as billing features. So being part of the ManageEngine portfolio, the best part of ServiceDesk Plus is the tight integration with the rest of the ManageEngine family. So within ServiceDesk Plus, if you needed to, if you receive a request for, say, a new staff member and you needed to create them in create the Active Directory account, you can easily do that with integration with AD Manager Plus. If they've got any issues with the current computer, you can use Desktop Central to do any remote control in troubleshooting. Yeah, the list goes on with the tight integration with the rest of the ManageEngine portfolio. So just having a look at the time, we do have about 5 minutes. So what I'll do is I'll quickly fire up a quick demo to show you all how this all works. So just bear with me while I bring that up. Great, so what I've got here is just the demo page of ServiceDesk Plus, and I will show you the two sides of ServiceDesk Plus. So first I'll log in as a requester and end user, so you can see the self-service portal in action. So here is the basically the unified portal that end users will get to will be using. So from here you can see the knowledge base. So any popular solutions, any for frequently asked questions or whatnot, they can all pop up here. They can just search in here for anything they want to know. Announcements. Sorry, again, just
sorry, Kenny, your screen's not showing.
Oh, sorry. Let me know when you see it.
Not yet.
Still nothing?
No, still nothing.
All right, give me a sec.
There we go.
Yeah? Okay, great.
Yeah,
Okay, great. So, yeah, I'll start again. So this is the self-service portal that end users or requesters will be seeing. So from here, you can see this is the knowledge management side of things, the knowledge base. So from here, you can see basically popular solutions for frequently asked questions. They can also search in here. So using my example from before, if I wanted to find out who who our stationery supplier is for, I can just search stationery in here. If I wanted to see what the working from home policy is, I'll just search working from home here as well. Moving down to here, we've got the announcements. Yep. So again, coming back to change management, if there's going to be a server upgrade, there's going to be a maintenance window downtime, it would show up here. If there's going to be paint in the hallway, the men's toilet was going to be out of order, it would all show up down here. The thing about all of this is all customized. You can customize this. So you can put your own company logo here. You can customize the different fields. You can do all of that. So this is just a basic. This is just a basic layout. From here, I can see how many requests I've got pending, how many of these are waiting for approval from my manager or whatnot, or how many updates. my assets. So if I got say one of those laptops that keeps getting a blue screen, from here I can just click report an issue, and then a ticket will get created where I can see where basically the service technician can see that straight away it is with that infected laptop. If I come up here to the requests page, so while this is loading, I'll just talk about the 4 different ways you can actually raise a request or raise an incident. So one way would be through the request page, which is still loading. And another way would be the basic email. So you can set up email address, say, this is the IT help desk, so IT help desk at company xyz.co.nz. It will show up here. There's also the app that I mentioned, so I can actually raise a request on the app. There's also a live chat down here as well that I can use to raise a request. And so from here, I can see all the things that I currently have, what requests I currently have raised. If I need to raise a new one, again, I just click in here and then fill in the details of what's the issue. And here I can tag the asset as well. And it shows up automatically about what is assigned to me. So this is just a quick overview of the self-service portal. Now, let me see if we've got time quickly. I've got 2 minutes left. Let me squeeze in the help desk from the technician side of view. Might have to open a new browser. Bear with me for a sec. Yep, so while that loads, there you go. So so from this portal, you can see the different help desk instances set up for each department. So if I just go to the IT one, so up here you can see again, as I mentioned, the tight integration with the other ManageEngine products. So from here, for example, AD Manager, I can just click here and create a user, unlock user. MDM, Desktop Central, if I needed to do any work on those endpoints, I can just do it right from here. So there's actually lots of, there's a few different views in the technician help desk. So here it just defaulted to the resource management, but what I'll do, I'll bring it back to the My view, as that's the main one most people will be looking at. Yep, so from here again, different announcements, change management, approvals. If I'm a manager, I can see all the different approvals that's pending for me to check. These are tasks that I can assign myself or people assign for me. I can see a summary of all the tickets so far, reminders, and again, very basic. If we go into requests, this is where we can see all the basically everything that's come through. So I can actually filter it by service requests as well as incidents. And then basically, yeah, from there, I can start working on it, start assigning it to other people. Cool. So that's just a very, very quick overview of ServiceDesk Plus. Obviously, there's a lot more features that I haven't covered yet, but I am short of time. So what I'll do, let me bring back to my previous slide, my details. And then if anyone wants to reach out to me and for a more customized, personalized demo, feel free to do that. Yep, so my email address is kenny@softso.co.nz. You can also contact us at sales@softso.co.nz or sales@manageengine.co.nz. So thank you for your time, everyone, today, and hope you all have a great day. Thank you.